7 people dead in a 2-block area. Tonight, one woman is charged for selling them lethal doses of drugs. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. Federal prosecutors have charged Chuny Ann Reed with distributing crack cocaine and fentanyl. 6 men and 1 woman died. Many of them lived at the Parkview Apartments in the Central West End. 2 other men overdosed but survived.
Drug Enforcement Administration investigators say the use of the synthetic drug fentanyl is becoming a national crisis. Our Pepper Baker is live downtown. She spoke to an agent from the St. Louis division on the threat it poses to our community. Pepper.
Mike, yes, the DEA started seeing fentanyl pop up in the United States in 2015, and now it's become one of the biggest drug threats. Here in St. Louis, Assistant Special Agent in Charge Colin Dickey shares just how dangerous 2 grams of fentanyl can be, which is about the equivalent of what's inside a single sugar packet.
If I pour this out, that is potentially 1,000 lethal or fatal doses of fentanyl.
Assistant Special Agent in Charge with the DEA St. Louis Division, Colin Dickey, equates the amount of fentanyl it takes to be deadly to a sugar packet.
Fentanyl is 50 times stronger than heroin, and it's 100 times stronger than morphine.
The drug is man-made from chemicals sourced from China that are sent to illicit labs in Mexico and then distributed into the United States.
It only takes 2 milligrams to be a lethal dose, and the other thing that makes it extremely dangerous is that it can be mass-produced in large quantities.
Raw fentanyl is in powder form. It's being put into fake pills to mirror prescription pills. Dickey sourced the Centers for Disease Control's research on the 100,000 drug-related overdose deaths in the U.S. last year.
Of those 100,000 drug-related overdose deaths, 64,000 can be attributed to fentanyl.
Last year, the St. Louis Division seized 188 kilograms. That's nearly the same amount they seized the 2 years prior to that combined. Dickey demonstrates how they seized the drugs with fake packages.
We would take the package and we would put it in the fume hood, and we would have on our protective equipment, and our agents and task force officers and our DEA personnel would weigh the substances. They would potentially do a field test.
The cost of fentanyl per kilogram has dropped over the last few years because of its ability to be mass-produced and more readily available.
Our investigations, on some occasions, the individuals that are using these substances do not know that fentanyl is actually included in the substances that they're putting in their body.
Dickey says that they also often find fentanyl mixed in with cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine. If they even suspect that fentanyl is in any of the drugs that they've seized, they won't even do a field test. They'll send it to their Chicago lab for testing just to be sure that their officers aren't exposed. Live in St. Louis, Pepper Baker, 5 on your side.